So we carpooled with Alex's girlfriend, Brianna. We lived in the countryside of Virginia, meaning less big parties. Meaning when there was a big party, it was a huge deal and everyone would go. We lived about 5 to 10 minutes away from this kid's house. I knew where he lived as I was acquainted with him, but not exactly friends. The whole ride there, we took the same two-lane highway type road through the woods, and this kid's house was actually on this road further down. At certain points on this road, there were a few houses on either side, and then it would just go back to being a long, empty highway again. The house was tiny, like a lot of houses around the area, but the party was held outside anyways, since its closest neighbors were relatively far away, and noise wasn't an issue. I'll skip most of the party up until the point that Brianna, who was supposed to be our designated driver, had to suddenly leave for a small family emergency. Alex said it was fine and that we'd find a ride home. Well, fast forward another few hours and another few drinks, and I could barely even walk straight. I checked my watch, and it was like 2 in the morning. I figured it was time to go. I started looking for Alex, but I couldn't find him anywhere. In fact, it seemed like everybody I knew had already left. I could barely even think straight,
drinking and
but I
not
was
paying
still
attention.
furious at the fact that Alex could have actually left without me. I asked to use the party host's phone and dialed Alex's home number. After 2 tries, I gave up and then realized I shouldn't wake his family up. So, literally not knowing what else to do, I dizzily stepped out onto the road and began walking back home. I knew this walk would take anywhere from half an hour to an hour in my condition. Maybe after 15 minutes of walking down the road, the slight shine of car headlights on the road was fading in from behind me. Jumping for joy inside, I lifted up my arm and stuck out my thumb. As the car neared, it slowed down and came to a stop right next to me.
Never ends well.
The man driving the '98 Ford Explorer rolled down the window and asked where you headed. I told him my house was just down the road and beyond a right turn, probably slurring my words beyond comprehension. He chuckled and told me to hop in. I thanked him and joyously hopped into the truck. I was exhausted, and I remember completely disregarding things the guy was asking me because I was so close to just passing out. And that's what happened. The memories of being in that truck turned to a fog, as I'm sure I passed out.
See, they wouldn't have liked me at that party, because if I know I got left, I'd have been sleeping at their house.
Next thing I remember,
You got me drunk, I'm sleeping there. I'm not going to be hitchhiking on the road at night.
Left, but didn't say anything. I looked around and realized the road we were on wasn't familiar. I nervously asked, where are we going? He then said, so what were you doing out this late anyway? As the man answered my very straightforward question with another irrelevant question, the sobering reality of the situation hit me.
You got kidnapped.
You can let me out anywhere, I told the man. The man responded with a firm no.
You not going
I felt
nowhere.
like throwing up as he said that. No, I really actually felt like I was going to throw up. I started to gag as I felt more and more nauseous by the second. The man took his eyes off the road to look at me, and that's when I thought of the perfect distraction. I turned in his direction as I continued to gag, and he started to kind of lean away and slow down the car. Thankfully, I drank as much as I did because I finally threw up and made a point of doing it all over the man's lap. The man yelled in frustration and stopped the car, and that's when I took it upon myself to run for my life into the woods and duck behind a few bushes.
Yeah, we was gonna
The
take your
man
little
came
booty
following
hole.
into the woods with a flashlight, and on 2 separate occasions, he shined the light straight over me without noticing. Eventually, I heard his footsteps walk even further into the woods past me. That was when I ran back to his truck, but unfortunately, he was smart enough to lock it. By some miracle, I saw another car approaching in the distance, and I ran out into the middle of the street waving my arms like a lunatic. The car tried to avoid me, but I wouldn't let it. They were forced to stop, and I yelled at them to help me before they came back. Once I told them that I was kidnapped by the man who was driving that Ford Explorer, the driver agreed to give me a lift. Not to the police station or anything, but to my house. I made it back safely, where I couldn't thank the driver enough. I immediately woke up my parents and told them. My dad wanted to know if I got his tag number, and then I felt like punching myself in the face. I failed to get the simplest information from the guy that would have allowed me to actually
Now,
properly
what if the
report
other
him.
person was a kidnapper? You just
All I
hopping in
knew
people's
was that he drove
cars.
a faded blue '99 Ford Explorer. I made sure to give Alex a piece of my mind, and part of me always held a grudge against him ever since, just for abandoning me at a party without telling me. I haven't seen him in 4 years now, however, and this was actually the first time I even thought about this incident for almost a year now. As time goes on, even the worst of memories may start to fade, but after writing this to share with the internet, it's once again fresh in my mind.
Don't go hitchhiking. Duh. Now that right there is basically telling you don't go hitchhiking. Why would you go hitchhiking? So now that we're done this video, I want to sit here and say, when you're going out with people, it always has to be that rule. We come together, we leave together. It should not be we go to a party and you go ahead and leave me. And for one, the whole auspices of the story was they all went somewhere together. The girlfriend left first, and then the friend left, and then left this person by himself, in which he was in a house full of strangers, people he didn't know like that. So the whole moral of the story is if you go somewhere, at least have a backup plan that if your friends are dicks and they leave you, you have a way to get home. You should not be hitchhiking at all. You cannot trust strangers. I mean, it's okay to be nice to people, but if it's the middle of the night, you've been drinking, your inhibitions are actually lower, so you're more trusting than what you would be sober. So when you're going to parties and you're drinking like that, especially when you're not familiar with your surroundings, you shouldn't be drinking that much in the first place. And I know, yeah, it's a PSA. No, it's not. But this right here really wasn't even a scary story to me. So my reaction is more so of watch your surroundings and be more careful who you call your friend. Because as you've seen in the story, he hasn't talked to the guy in years because he left him and he didn't even say anything. But that's the whole point of when you all sitting around drinking. He probably didn't even think twice about leaving him. His girlfriend left, so he was like, I'm going to leave. But just basically with the whole story, my reaction is to basically say, be more careful. Don't, just be more careful. That's all I can say is like, be more careful. And don't go hitchhiking. Like, who goes hitchhiking? We're in a day and age of cell phones and Uber and Wi-Fi and stuff like that. So, I mean, good story, solid story. More of a real life situation. I thought it was going to be some jump scares and some scary stuff. But, I mean, check out Llama Art's channel. I'm going to leave the link in the description. And I hope you enjoyed the reaction. And let me know how I did on the reaction. All comments are welcome. But if there are ignorant comments, I probably won't respond or I probably will. So, I mean, just feel free. So, that's the video.